Test. Can you hear me? Okay. Signal when to start. Okay. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Husni. Thanks for everyone who is here on the room right now. Amazing venue, amazing vibe. I hope for the PBA Bali, and it's a sunny day today. And thanks for everyone as well who's joining on through live stream. And I would like to first, thank you. So yeah, like a couple months, several months ago, I was also in your seat as a student. I did the PBA Lutzer. I graduated in the protocol track, and then I would like to here present to you one of the projects that I've been doing with my coworker, of course, which is called the Polkadot UI. And with this, the presentation with the title, we're trying to elevate the Polkadot UX with the customizable React components. So this would be not very technical. I would like to make sure that you don't have to, think a lot, because it's going to be very, not very complex, of course. We're going to be dealing with more on the dApp side. So I think this is a good continuation from what we have from the first stream. We have Daria with the PDP, create your own chain very, very quickly. Shout out to Daria. And then we had afterwards Dan, who is showcasing you how you can actually interact with your chain, with your already built chain, with PopCLI, amazing tool. I've used it a lot. And then after that, when your chain is made, what do you want to do with it? Of course, you want to make a very amazing app on top of it, right? So this is where we came in. We would like to make sure that your experience is so smooth that you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. You just need to worry about the business logic of your dApp. Before I begin, please, if you want to have the live version of the presentation, it's on this QR code. I do have to note that you have to log into Figma because it's made on Figma. But yeah, you can check it out. So the agenda for this presentation, I'm just going to give you a quick overview on how this is possible for this project. It started by UX Bounty, a quick overview, and then I will just explain why we are so focused on creating this library. And I do have to note that it has only been on development for 2 months, built by 2 guys. So it's still work in progress, so it's still very alpha. So I'm just going to, tell to you about what has been done so far. I'm going to make a small demos about what we have, what we can show you right now. And then I'll just go through the future plans for our project. And lastly, I will close with questions. So yeah, starting from UX Bounty, it's a bounty that's been created, I think, a year ago. It's focused on this key aspect, one term, that UX, we believe that UX is key to user adoption. So by having a great UX on the product level, we will lower frictions, and we will have less user errors, and then we will have, at the end of the day, what we want is high user adoptions, right? And on the other side, we also think that we would not have great user if we don't have dApps that's been created by very locked-in devs that are very brilliant. So we will want to make sure that we don't scare them away by having no tools at all. So we want to provide them with a great developer experience. So this idea started from the short poll by Alex, one of our curator, co-founder of Braille. He asked to the community, and he gained almost anonymous poll results that people want a good DevX on Polkadot. And then they talk about it and then welcome Niftesti, the guy that I'm working with on this library. as a curator, and then he started this journey on creating the research. And one of the fundamental results from this research is that we want to make sure that we also take in other libraries. So we are going to build on top of other libraries that's already out there, that community has already put in effort and money and time on it. So we are going to be building this library on top of, well, you've heard about Polkadot API. I think you've been working on it for your assignment. And then we also have the other side, D-Dot library that is also quite famous for Southeast Asia side developer community. Make sure that with that, even if you already built your dApps with Puppy or D-Dot, you don't need to migrate a lot of stuff with our CLI. You don't need to worry about that. It's going to be, work right out of the box. And yeah, so we want to make sure that we also taking into account other community efforts here. So yeah, we see, then we try to also identify the problems. And the big problem is that we have so many dApps right now. We have hydration, we have Hyperbridge, we have Stella Swap. They have their own implementation of UI. They have probably they have been using Puppy, they have been using D-Dot, but they have their own set of UI that they develop in-house, and it's probably, even though they are using the same library, probably they have different implementation, like completely different implementation for that. So we try to boil down that issue, and we try to offer a solution where you can basically a set of standardized component library that you can just use a CLI, and it will detect if you have D-Dot or Puppy. It will just install through our setcn registry. It might not sound familiar for you who's not working with front-end, but it's like becoming the de facto standard, I would say, like the industry standard that people who are trying to build components, like UI components out of it. They really like this one, so you can just, okay, you can just, thank you. You can just get the list of the components that's available on this library, and then you can just add it on your project, and it will just detect and do whatever. You just need to sit back and relax. That's at least our hope. So yeah, minimal setup. You don't have to put a lot of setup on your dApp, and we will try to make sure that we have the best UX integrated. Like I said, it's also supporting Puppy and D-Dot. Also, we would like to make sure that it's, because Polkadot is, multi-chain paradigm, then it should support multi-network right out of the box. So we are currently supporting the testnet, Pasio, and Pasio people, and I think also Polkadot. And I've also mentioned we are using setcn registry and also the Tailwind CSS. So it's fully customizable. I recommend you to check it out if you don't know what it is about setcn. It's pretty cool. And something that I would like to demo later is that it's MCP ready. So we have an MCP server that you can just click on a button. It's going to install this MCP server on your cursor. For now, we only integrate cursor. And then you can just prompt for the MCP to the agent to let you know let him know what you want. Or let's say list the components. So you don't have to redo all of the all of the CLI commands. So basically, at the end of the day, the CLI command is useless for you if you have the MCP. So yeah, it's developed by me and Niftesti for the last 2 months. We have done research. The results I can show you with this. You can have a look. We did like prototype like a couple of weeks ago. It's working well. I do have to note that we are going to be demoing with the D-Dot registry. So for the components that are compatible with D-Dot, there's no hate to Polkadot API guys here, but we just found that the tools for D-Dot are quite more ready, especially on the hooks library. Yeah, so we are finishing this, and then we are right now on phase 3 for the next steps. For the next 1 or 2 months, we are going to build more components, This has been collected through polls as well, through community feedbacks, like during the research stage. We are going to leverage MCP as well here. So that's something that I hope that we can show you right now, later. Basically, we want to reduce the development time, so you don't have to worry about spending days to just create, your template with your components. And more importantly, we would like to, that's why I'm here, we would like to get your feedbacks so we can improve on things. We know what's working and what's not, and eventually we would become the go-to UI toolkit on Polkadot. So yeah, thank you. So yeah, I would like to invite you to visit the link, or you can just open your terminal and then start, CLAing away with your laptop. But I can just show you right now. Yeah, you can see this, right? Yeah, okay, that's all right. So here we have the landing page for Polkadot UI. It's compatible with 4 major package manager. You can browse the component. You can already interact with it. And yeah, you can, let's say, you need wallet. You just want to know how the wallet connection works. You can just interact with it. It's just going to be integrated with the others. So it's going to hear the transaction button. Is going to read on different networks. So it has like APIs or clients already, like multi-API connection on the background already. You can see, so the internet is not very good right now. Okay. Maybe, yeah, it works. So you can see that it's connected to 3 different networks at the same time, which is cool. So you don't have to worry about switching networks. For example, if you need to find the identity of, of an address, for example. So if you're already at Paseo, you can just paste away, let's say here, try to find an address. This is already an address verified on Paseo people. So pretty cool, I would say. You will have some kind of component guards where it actually can select whether you can conditionally render some elements, some HTML elements based on certain things. For example, if it needs connection, then it will not show your, for example, I don't know, transfer model, or if you require an account, so that for example, your TX button is disabled, you can just use the require account. Again, this is something that you can also work with the MCP. And we have also created, of course, it's written here, any good SDK is as good as the documentation itself. So we are creating our own documentation. We try to make sure that you don't get lost with our CLI. It's basically very simple. You just need to do, the quick start is not even several lines. That's all. So you just do your CLI. Then if it's successfully, the address input component is successfully installed, then you can just wrap your application. This is with the provider already, but you guys have heard about provider in the React world. So you just go to layout or page.tsx, and then you put your wrapper that serves as a state management thing for your app. You can scroll and see what we have here, like different components. We can already add to existing projects. We can start from scratch. We will install all of the dependency for you. It works with different, as I said, different package managers. And yeah, like I said, you just need to wrap your app on with the Polkadot provider, one single provider, and you don't need to worry about anything else. You will have hooks there. You will have you just need to put your components there, and it will work right out of the box. The connection is managed already by the components, by the CLI. So yeah, I recommend you to check it out. There's also the docs for the CLI, I believe. Yeah. So if you want to know more about the component itself, the CLI, be sure to check this out. And I'm actually going very fast. So let's see that's the demo with the landing page. I would like to showcase something that we've just tested like last night. We found it very cool that, let me check if I can I just, yeah, it's right here. Oops. What's happening? I might need to change mirror. I think it's a window. No, that's not what I want. Let's just do this. It's so small. Let's do something. So yeah, I've just mentioned to you about the MCP server. It's already provided on our landing page. So you can just, well, for now it's only available for Cursor, the IDE. You can just click on this, and it will open a pop-up, and it will install an MCP server on your Cursor. For me, it's already installed. It's right here. It's mentioned Polkadot UI. It has some tools, something that you can prompt away from your agents. It's something that I'm going to try this. So let's open up. Yeah. One thing that I don't like about Cursor is how messy the UI is. Let me check. I don't know how to work on this. I think I'm zooming too much. Yeah, well, anyway, we have the chat here. So let's try something like list all available Polkadot UI components. Let's see if the internet works. It's going to process, like taking some tokens. I think it's not reading the MCP. Let me check something. So wait, let me try it again. Let's try Cursor and open a project. Now let's go to the, oops. So right here, I'm just opening a new Next.js app, still fresh, empty. You can see there's nothing here, like the basic Next.js app that's been created by via the CLI. Just chat as editor. Let me check. Yeah, the tools are okay. Components from Polkadot UI MCP. So yeah, like you can see here, it's not actually browsing like from before. It's actually trying to browse the web, but the thing that the agent is doing is right now, it's calling one of the tools on our MCP server. Well, this tool is listing the component, very simple, but it helps. So it shows that this is only for the component available for the PBA registry. Right, like I have mentioned to you before that our support is a little bit less for PBA than DDoT. So we have now only integrated 2 components so far, but still something. We can try, for example, right now. Oh yeah, something that I forgot, because we want to make sure that we are installing the D dot compatible components. Is we install D dot. I think, yeah. npm install D dot. Yeah, we'll wait. I should have installed this way before, but we'll have to wait. So essentially what I'm going to do here is, we'll see if it's already installed. Yeah, it's there. Let's close this one so you can see the chat. Now I can just see, for example, add. Let's see what we have here. Like Polkadot. Oops. We have right here, for example, the address input. Let's say we want to query one of the address on Paseo people. Add address input component from Polkadot UI. Let's see. Let's hope it works. Okay, awesome. It's calling the MCP server again, calling the tool, adding the components. Hopefully it's adding the right one, the right components. Yeah, it's not adding it. Redo of address input component from Polkadot UI and add it into the home page, let's say. So yeah, it's creating a list, a to-do list, something that's quite common for AI agents. And then it's going to go through that list, trying to make sure that the app is installed. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. Yeah, it's like any LLM agents, it's a little bit hallucinating, so it creates its own command, CL command that doesn't work, but then it tries to correct itself. And then now it's trying to install. You can see that here it's completely coming from our CLI, so it will try to detect, do you have a project? So what kind of project do you have? It's a Next.js project. And what kind of Tailwind config that you have, like the version 4? Do you have the component JSON on it, which actually dictates your registry? And it will then, at the end, wrap the app, your Next.js app. And what else that it's trying to do? Oh yeah, it's going to, like I said, trying to put the provider and wrap it on your app layout to make sure that things work. That's the only config that you need. And now it's being done by the MCP or the agent itself. And it's going to add the address input component to the home page. I'm just going to create. Well, we are going to listen to this localhost on port 3000, and while we wait for the agent do our work for us. So yeah, it will run the dev server, so you can see what's going on. Why is it not running? So yeah, you can see I didn't put any code at all. I didn't code on the Cursor IDE. The MCP server works by itself with a little bit of hiccups, but again, it's a work in progress. You can already work on this, like it's going to look, it found the ID or the identity of Niftesti. It's on Pasio people. You can find others as well. So yeah, it's a cool stuff that you can try out. Please feel free. It's already on our landing page. You can hack around with it. Not so much complexity there, I would say. And maybe I would like to do something else. Something that I forgot to say is that I want to reiterate about my claim that it's also customizable, highly customizable. So I'm not going to play with the MCP anymore, but so you can see that if you go to the landing page, we have already pulled some themes from TwigCN. This is again the power of SatCN, that it's highly customizable. You can just make it different. I think I have this that I need to turn it off. So you can just play around with this. And then you can then pull the theme, make your dApps, your own, very original. So yeah, just to reiterate on that claim that it's actually customizable. So, on that sense, it's something that worth trying. Yeah, you can make it like retro like this, and I think that's all for my demo. I would like to. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just going to. Yeah, so that's the demo. I hope that you guys like it. Be sure to check it out. And thank you. And yeah, we are still ahead of time. So yeah, what are our future plans? Our big plan ahead is for sure is to be able to release our major version by the end of September. Getting ready for the Polkadot Builder Party. I think it has been mentioned one or twice here during the lectures. Pretty sure that it's going to help you, so you can just worry about building your chain, making sure that the logic works, and then you can create a very nice UI with minimum effort, hopefully with this tool. And right now we are gathering as much feedback as possible, although we are also working on more components. We have other timelines, but we are open to feedback. It's supposed to be shown on the bottom of, it's gone. I think it's going to be shown on the bottom of if you visit the landing page, there will be a pop-up here where you can just click on it, and then it will send you to the feedback form. Yeah, so thank you very much for everyone for listening. Thank you for the opportunity for PBA team. It's amazing. I hope that you guys like it. Again, try it today. Go to the landing page. If you want to contribute after finishing PBA, we are very open. We are also an open bounty, of course, like any bounty in Polkadot. You can visit our website on uxbounty.xyz. You can look around about the whole work that we're working on, about, like I've mentioned to you, about research, about the tools that we're working on, like the principles that we go with to make this the best DevX and UX possible for Polkadot developers. Look it up on our Notion. And yeah, let's go to have some questions. Or I guess it's quite clear. All right.
Does this framework have any branding, like the Polkadot branding or the color scheme, anything like that built into it?
Not yet. It's a very good question. I think we can work on that, but then we need to have some design work first. We need to tell our designer here, in-house designer, But yeah, I'm pretty sure that on Polkadot.com we already have this branding colors, and we have the font, unbounded font, that we can already integrate. It's something that's worth to try. But yeah, thanks for the feedback.
There's no other questions. For those of us not familiar, what is the MCP server?
So yeah, the Model Context Protocol, it's basically a way for you to be able to talk through agents to any tools that you have. Like for example, for our library, we provide a set of descriptions and like, yeah, mostly descriptions about different tools or different components that we have. So if you go to like if you install the MCP server on your cursor, but it works for other, I think it works with Cloud Code and VS Code as well. It will show you so yeah, it will install you the Polkadot UI, and it will, based from our description, we define some tools that helps you talk to that UI, to that CLI or to that library. So you don't have to like go to the docs and search like how do I list components. You can just talk to your agents like list me components from this tool, and it will read instead of going to browse the internet. It will read to the server instead, and then look. Oh yeah, I found this list component tools, and I'm just going to query it, and then I'm just going to read from the JSON file and everything, and then I can give you the right results.
So, great tool, by the way. I hope we get it as a standard and we don't end up with like 15 standards.
Yeah.
But it seems to be pretty cool. I really like how the address input like shows the little dots in the middle, but when you click it, you have the full address and full control. Yeah. So for example, in Polkadot JS apps, it's totally broken.
Yeah.
And I like that you don't have the profile picture with the like dots all over the place. Although maybe that was a future plan, in which case maybe I don't hate it that much. But like, for example, when you do the components, so you have these components and these components will kind of share a connection, like a DDoT or a PAPI connection to the chain, I guess.
At the end of the day, you need to pick one, either DDoT or PAPI.
Yeah, so you pick one. Let's say you pick, you pick PAPI, like, and you use these components across your app. Yeah. They like all use the same connection to your chain.
Yeah,
right?
We make sure that there's only one single connection, like one API for each chain.
And can, like, if I wanted to do like some custom component or some custom thing, I can. Is it easy to use the same connection that all of these components are using?
Yeah, it will be on the docs as well. I think it's also a good feedback to be added on the MCP, so you don't have to, browse through the whole docs. But something that happened on the background is that we are installing here when we do the install, the npx Polkadot UI add name of the component, it will just create or copy some, JSX, I would say, like TypeScript with, for React. This is something that we work on, and it will just copy onto your project, and you can just go here and then see what do you want to work with. For example, if you want to make a customization on your network, you can just go to, for example, the services, and I think it's going to be, it will give you some hooks that helps you to, for example, for fetching the identity by address or by query by string. It will show you the client status and all of that, and something that you can, I think for the connection, is something on the provider itself. Let me check. Yeah, it's something that you can work with here. I would say, no, not here. So yeah, it will be. I think it will be on the. I couldn't find it right now because it's starting to get huge, the code base. But I think you can see it here. Yeah, you can have like here we define like, of course we need to be opinionated with the the schema and then the objects that we need to work with. You can define you can change this if you want. But we have already created some APIs for you, related to the connection for the networks. So you can disconnect, you can check if it's connected, you can initialize the chain. It's starting when I reload the browser. Does that answer the questions?
Kinda. Like I wouldn't know how to reuse this connection if I wanted to do something custom. But if you don't, like if you don't have like a very, I don't know, quick example to show it, then don't worry. I can go through the docs or ask my AI agent of trust.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I agree with you. We don't want to fully trust the AI agents, and then it's going to build something for you, and then you don't know what's actually happening, right? The thing that I've just demoed to you is just like a very simple stuff. Like
you have this you have that use Polkadot API, so maybe you just use those hooks. So you provide hooks that will.
Yeah, and you can customize the provider, the context provider that's on the background.
Yeah, that's really nice. Makes sense.
And it will change the logic of the hooks.
Nice, thanks.
From the default behaviors.
I wanted to ask, how can you connect to a custom RPC, like a custom chain?
It's going to be on the config. It's a great question. I think I don't put it there. One of the nice thing about DDoT is that you can put like as many endpoints as you want, and it will just revert to the one that's actually working, like some kind of fallback. So you can just put this, like let's say, are you asking about like a test net, or I mean like your own chain?
Well, like in PDP we create chains,
yeah.
So I would need to connect to that custom chain I just created. So I need like a dynamic way of making a connection.
Yeah. So it's basically because it's not the black box like an NPM package. It's already there in your code base. You can just copy this. I think it's also noted on the docs. You can also just copy this, these types or interface, and you can just create your own, like let's say, what was that, like PBA chain, and you can continue with all of the necessary stuff. For example, like you define your own endpoints. If it's local, then you point it to local. Then you can create the explorer and all of that stuff. And this is something customizable. If you want to change it, you can just change it. We try to be very customizable here.
But so you can put it in the config, but can you change it dynamically?
In what sense? I'm not following.
Like, for example, you have some code that someone does something, they create their own chain, and then you dynamically add it to the config? Or is the config static, like something you need to know beforehand?
It's a good question. Are you saying like something like metadata, like reading from the metadata?
No, not metadata, just like dynamically. So, for example, let's say I use an app that creates a chain.
Mm-hmm.
It's some app out there that exists and creates a chain, if there is such a thing, if it will release at some point. And then you'll create the chain, and it would be really cool if you could instantly like add the RPC endpoint, and then just be able to talk to that chain.
From the app that's already running?
From the app that is already running, kind of like a hot...
I think we don't have that yet, but I think it's not very complex to implement.
Nice, awesome.
So good feedback, thank you.
Yeah, maybe if there existed some app like this, they will give you that feedback.
So basically like Polkadot JS, where you have the local endpoint.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah,
you could do something like that. Nice.
So
Hey, Husni, thank you for the presentation. I have a question. I know it's 2 months implementation so far, and I know it's in React, and that was in the title, but I want to understand if you're planning on like using the same components and altering the logic of the language in order to use other than React, like Angular or other
Angular
Vue,
or Svelte.
if this is part of the planning.
I would say I think it's being mentioned on the how do you call that, the roadmap, but we don't put that as like the priority right now, because we want to make sure that first we cover the biggest the biggest dev community out there, React, and then we only have right now 5 components, and we are very limited with those components, right? So the hackathon is also quickly approaching. So we want to make sure that we have like almost complete suite of the components. And then if someone came and knocking on our door like, we need this in Vue, and we'll be happy to provide if we have more time for that. Thank you.
So how many components are you expecting to have for like a full suite? I mean, I imagine creating components could be like an endeavor that just goes on forever. But on the roadmap, do you have like all of the ones you're planning to do to have like your first major version?
Like the first major version, we are going to finish at least, I think around, I think it's all already showcased on the, it's like a small teaser on the, on the landing page.
Yeah, so it's sort of those, like from amount input to NFT card, and that will be like a full suite?
Sorry?
It's from the amount input to the NFT card.
Yeah, to the NFT card.
And that will be the full suite for the first,
major
version. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just before the hackathon.
Cool. Thanks.
I mean, if I may just give one comment, is that because we don't want to create everything from scratch, especially, for example, the hooks. We don't want, obviously, create the competitor of Papi, let's say, from scratch. So we have this Polkadot API, but then we have the layer on top of it that's working with hooks. We already have that. That's reactive dot. We try to work with them instead of trying to, create just another standard out of it, and then we need to maintain it again, right? Community has already funded that. We make sure that we try to push things on the direction that everybody is going to be happy with. And so far, that's why DDOT has been quite, quite supportive of this. I'm not saying that Papi is not great, but then on the other side, we need to push on those things. So we are not only working on the technical stuff, we are also trying to, trying to talk to, to lobby people to make sure that we can actually make those things work without having to, put more effort on it. Yes, any more questions? All good? Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone.
One thing that actually Papi is doing really well